Okay.
Hello. This is Grandmother Beck. Betty Atchison Davis Beck. And this is the Christmas at the Little Red House, or Hope and Cowden's little ranch house. And don't adjust your set because this film is not real good.
It's not in focus to begin with.
Yeah, it's not in focus. Jan and I are doing this. There's Bubba in the cowboy suit. Karen.
Doesn't that look like Joan?
Donna. Joan. Jan. Gloria. There's Bubba, or Cowden Jr. And this was a year that we went down to the Hope and Cowden's with Granddaddy Atchison and Grandmother Atchison.
Is that Joan?
That looks like Joan. This is Jan talking with me. There's Betty and Bubba. There's Granddaddy. There's Homer. That's either Jan or there's Cowden. I'm at Cowden Sr. back there. That's Joan. These films were taken by David Davis, so naturally there's more Davis children in it than there are anybody else. Who is that, Jan? That's you, I believe. Your hair and Donna's.
Jones was lighter than mine.
Yes, but yours and Donna's hair. There's Granddaddy Atchison, Homer. Okay, this is another Christmas. We're guesstimating 1952 at Grandmother Atchison's. And there is Jimmy and
Joyce's first husband.
And there's Granddaddy Atchison going back to bed. This, everyone came over Christmas Eve and brought presents, and then we opened them the next morning at Leon's. There's Joyce. So this is Christmas Eve
At Grandmother Atchison's. Great mothers.
All the little children are asleep, snug in their beds. I think that's Betty. Yep.
Betty, my mother.
Is that too slow? There's Joyce and Jimmy leaving. It's probably 3 o'clock in the morning. There's Hope and Granddaddy, there's David Davis, Granddaddy Davis, making scrambled eggs at 3 o'clock in the morning, feeling no pain. This is Christmas morning, and that looks like Jan. And there's David, and must be Jan. And here comes Deb, and Bubba again in his cowboy outfit, Gloria, and Donna, and Betty. That's Deborah. Here comes Karen. Don't think Karen was having too good a time that morning. There's Granddaddy Homer. There's a smile from Karen. And Jan in the jumpers. Gloria and Karen again. Jan. There's Cowden and Karen. There's Joyce. There's Hope. And Hope. Karen's got a cowboy hat. Granddaddy Atchison in the back. This is the next morning where Hope and Cowden and the Wards are all leaving for probably Odessa. This is in Grandmother Atchison's backyard. There's Grandmother in the center, and Joyce. This is later.
Debbie.
That's Debbie.
And Donna. Karen.
No, I guess that's the same morning.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't turn it on the line. It's still on reverse. This is about 1952. This Gloria's 9th birthday party over at Grandmother Atchison's. These are cousins of Grandmother Atchison's children. And Debbie, I think, is down there on the end in the pink.
And Donna next to her.
And Donna.
My eyes are better than Mother's. She can't see these.
And the children on the left are the cousins of grandmother's. Those cousins lived in Fort Worth. They're about third cousins of grandmother's. Speed it up time.
Gloria.
There's Deborah.
That's Donna with the doll and Debbie on the left.
And that lady is the grandmother's cousin, the cousin's wife.
What'd you say about these cakes? Grandmother got them made?
Those are specially made by a bakery in Fort Worth that Granddaddy used to sell the plates or the pieces of formica that they all rest on. That's how Mother found them. And
that's Debbie and Donna.
There's Granddaddy and the cousin. And grandmother in the pink on the left, Grandmother Atchison. We're running all these films maybe a little bit slow, but I feel like you can see them better.
Debbie. Looks like Joan and Megan. Donna. Looks like Donna on the left.
Yes, this is when the Davises lived on Bristol Road.
That's Jan back in the playpen, I bet, isn't it?
Right. And Donna in the light blue and the ruffles. That's the backyard of where we lived on Bristol Road.
Is that Debbie over in the pink? That's Jan.
This is JJ, Betty's college roommate, and one of her children. She also had
That's Mother.
4 girls. No, that's JJ.
That's you.
That's JJ.
Oh.
Jeanette
sure?
John. I'm Poppy.
Oh, looks so cute.
And that's another one of her children. And this is her daddy and their daddy named Bill. And let's see, they had 3 of their children with them. They eventually had 4. And there's JJ and Bill, the rectors. And there's Betty in the shorts and plaid shirt.
Gosh, she looks like you.
No, that's her.
Is that Granddaddy?
That's probably your daddy. This is Christmas at grandmother's, looks like again.
Is that me? You're holding and
Yes.
Donna on Daddy's shoulder? Or is that Debbie? That's Debbie.
Yes, this is a New Year's Eve party at Grandmother Atchison's. This is about 1952, 53 maybe.
No, 52.
There's David.
Granddaddy Davis.
New Year's Eve. Granddaddy Atchison is right in the center. This is Donna's
4th birthday.
4th birthday.
Debbie.
And neighborhood children.
So you're holding up 4 fingers? Debbie.
That's a neighborhood child. And that must have been on Bristol Road too. It's out of where it should be.
Oh,
there. Okay.
that's great granddaddy and Donna.
This is Granddaddy Bartlett. This is Grandmother Atchison's daddy and Donna in Grandmother Atchison's backyard. And there's Grandmother Bartlett, Minnie Bartlett, with Deborah. Grandmother Bartlett was an angel. She was the sweetest lady, and she and I were very close. Granddaddy. Granddaddy Bartlett, his first name was Roy, and he was a nice old gentleman. He just, Grandmother used to, Minnie Bartlett used to say that's all it seemed like all he did was grumble, grumble, grumble. He was a miner in Missouri when he was a young man. Grandmother Bartlett, coal miner, lead miner. Grandmother Bartlett they both came from Tennessee. Grandmother married Granddaddy Bartlett, and her sister married Granddaddy Bartlett's brother. They all came from Tennessee, and Grandmother Bartlett, they came in a wagon train from Tennessee to Missouri, where they settled. Grandmother Bartlett can remember, or could remember, coming. There's Granddaddy Atchison. This is a trip in about 1947, as best I can remember, where Grandmother Atchison and I drove up and took them back to the cemeteries, took Grandmother and Granddaddy Bartlett back to the old cemeteries. And this is one of the relatives. All the people you're seeing here are that you don't know and everything. I don't either. They're cousins. That's me. There's Betty. This is farming country up in Missouri, but we just rode around and took them to cousins and relatives and just for visits, because Grandmother Atchison wanted to go back. So it was just a lot of reminiscing. Up near Joplin, Missouri is where the area we went. Just some of the countryside up in Missouri. This is the area where Grandmother and Granddaddy lived and raised their children. There's Grandmother sister. This is at Aunt Casey's house. Aunt Casey's in the center, and her daughter is behind her. Aunt Casey was Grandmother Bartlett's sister, and she was a lot of fun. You can see Grandmother Bartlett was a lot of fun. That's me horsing around with Grandmother Bartlett in their front yard. Here's another cemetery where we visited. That's Grandmother Bartlett.
This is about 1947, did you say that?
I think so. This is an old country cemetery where some of the relatives were buried. Again, it's in Missouri. Maybe where Aunt Edith, one of their daughters, and Grandmother Leon's sister was buried. Just some more of the countryside. Mountains in Missouri and Arkansas. This is probably the Red River. This is about 1952 again. And this is at Bessie's ranch house. It looks like Bubba. I think this is Easter. This will be all of the Ward family. Leon and Homer Atchison. And I don't know that many. Can you see, Jan? There's Cowden. And probably Gloria in the pink dress.
Maybe me in the blue.
Huh? No, this, I don't think we're, I don't think the Davises were there. I think this is Mother and Daddy's film. There's Bessie. A little car, the stock car that Cowden Sr. made for Cowden Jr. Cowden walking away. There's Bessie, Walter Fay, and her family were there. There's Bessie. There's Granddaddy Atchison.
In the hat.
That looks like Karen in the white skirt. There's Granddaddy Atchison and probably Walter Fay and Moselle. The man in the brown suit may be Jess Jr. That is Bubba, I think, in the red.
Who's that?
That must be, is that Moselle?
Must be Karen, a little.
In the white, yeah, in the white skirt, I think. Still at Bessie's Ranch, and there's the stock pond. Grandmother Atchison was probably taking this film. I think that's Hope. That looks like Hope.
Uh-huh.
That must be a boat.
Mechanical boat?
Yeah, that I think Clouden was winding it up. That's Daddy in the suit. I always tell Granddaddy Atchison the way he stood and walked and scratching the back of his neck. And
That
I can't see.
Bessie or
No, I don't
Moselle?
think so. It's too old for Moselle.
Now where's this? Is this at the house in Odessa?
I don't know. I wonder if that's in Midland. That might be Grandmother Ward. That looks like Odessa to me. And there's Granddaddy Atchison and Grandmother Atchison. Must be leaving the little red house. Hope and Cowden's ranch house. And there's Hope. Or is that Gloria?
It's Hope.
This is 1952. This is Joyce. She's the one in black in front, the Miss Fort Worth contest. This was out there, she went by. These are newspaper, television film that Mother went to the station and got. Joyce is way up to the left at the end.
In the black.
In the black suit. We have color film coming up that's better than this that Mother took. This was held at the old Western Hills Hotel in Fort Worth, which was very, very fancy and new when these pictures were taken. There's Joyce. There's a couple of twins. I think they were runners-up. I think WFAA is the one that took these pictures. Joyce on the end again. This is something that Mother strongly encouraged Joyce to get into. She was very reluctant, but went along. At that time, they didn't have talent. It was just all bathing beauties. This is one of the entrants that was kind of a nut that jumped in the pool. Here are the color films, so you can see how pretty 52, this is 33 years ago or so. Very swank and posh place. There's Joyce. And I know that was a long walk for her. She'd never done anything like that before. Let's hear the whistles. I guess there was an interview at the end of the long walk. One of the twins again. Some of them you can tell were very experienced at this. Strangely enough, Mother never could get Joyce to do this again. Look, notice the waist cincher on this gal underneath her bathing suit. It's pretty obvious. Here's the nut that dove in the pool. There's Joyce again. Looks pretty good. Doing her best to keep that smile on her face. Chin up. think she looks sharp. Here are the twins. As I say, I think they were runner-up. At the end of this film, there will be a very, very, very short little blurb of Donna and Debbie in their bathing suits that Mother wanted to take as a finale to all this, and called them the little bathing beauties. Here's Joyce in the turquoise after it was over. Here we go. Donna and Debbie. Mother thought this was very appropriate to end her film with. These are pictures of Debbie's birthday. Again, this is 1952. There's Donna in the pink. This is Neighborhood Children. This is on Bristol Road. And that's Debbie in the light pink bathing suit with the ball. This swimming pool was a gift from Granddaddy and Grandmother Atchison. And that you can tell the neighborhood children were just having a ball. And I think that's Terry there in the flowered shirt.
Terry Davis?
Uh-huh.
That must be Tommy.
And that must be Tommy in the back. And there's David.
Frank and ice cream.
Yeah. And there's Granddaddy Atchison. There's me. I'm pregnant with Joan. And the big bear was a present from Granddaddy Atchison. He came wagging it in. And that's a neighborhood child. And there's Donna. Good show, Debbie. And that's Dorcas, a neighbor.
And her hair looks cute.
Uh-huh. There's a doll, boy.
As big as she is.
That's Terry right there in the before in the camera. There's the old baby tend the table.
Oh gosh.
Isn't that Terry in the to the left of Joan? I mean Deborah. Beside her.
To the right of Joan?
Well, it'd be the right on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
This is Easter with Debbie. She's 3. And there's Donna. This is on Bristol Road. This is a neighbor child. Donna. Funny, I don't remember hiding those eggs out in front or... There I am with Jan, and there's Joyce. There's Jan is pushing and pushing. Happy baby. Just rooting back and forth was Jan's primary occupation at that age. Back and forth, back and forth. She did it for hours. Here is Donna's 4th birthday party. Neighborhood children. There's Betty Dunnigan in the background. Friend of mine. This was probably on Bristol Road.
These are blurry. Can't get them any better.
There's Deborah. You know, I bet these were taken before the Easter pictures. This would be
Well,
February.
we already saw one of her
Right.
4th birthday,
Right.
so these must have been taken by someone else, or the other ones were taken by someone else.
This is Jan's 1st birthday. In the baby tender table again. I think that's Debbie. Tasted pretty good.
Debbie?
I can't tell. I think so. That must be Donna. Yeah, looks like me. There's Hannah.
Oh my
There's
goodness.
grandmother Davis. This is David's mother. This is Hope and Cowden in the rodeo parade at Fort Worth. Again, this is probably 1953. There's Hope and Cowden and Bessie in the opening ceremonies. This may be television film also, but probably not. Mother probably took this because you can see that in the middle is Hope or Bessie. They're, I think, in the foreground, up in the stands. I think Hope or Cowden will pass by very close. Square dancing on horseback. I don't think the Wards or the Cowdens participated in anything except the grand entry when they all rode in together. By this time you'll be able to tell that right after Daddy bought the camera and equipment and everything for Mother, she took a lot of film, a lot of years close together, and then later gradually didn't take very much at all. This is the same, or it may have been another night, the grand entry in color that I'm sure Mother took. We have not edited any of this film and felt like it would be better just to leave it just as it was. Even though sometimes it's kind of lengthy. That is Bessie, I believe, or Hope, coming in, and Cowden in the foreground. This is when the Atchisons and the Davises went out to Camp Carter. Bubba was at Camp Carter in Fort Worth. There he is on the other side, Jan on this side, and combined the visit with a birthday party for Joyce. There's Granddaddy in the background, David in the foreground. This must be Joan. There's Bubba and Joyce and Granddaddy. Deborah. Jan. Daddy feeding Jan chicken. I think Granddaddy enjoyed those kind of picnics more than any other kind of occasions. Of course, he loved my mother's cooking. It says, "Happy birthday, honey." That was another one of those cakes that Mother ordered specially for Joyce. There's Bubba. That was a couple of boys that just rode through where we were eating. Just what she wanted. There's Joan, I believe. These are just views of the camp out there on the outskirts of Fort Worth. Those are the cabins that the boys lived in when they came. That's in front of Bubba's cabin. And I guess that's me in the blue dress. That's Karen.
Dan, Bubba, Debbie, and that's Debbie with the cat.
This is Bubba in a soapbox derby. I guess the yellow car is Cowden Jr.'s. I don't remember the particulars, whether Cowden helped him build it or how it all evolved, but this is at Gloria's girl campfire camp, and that was her counselor. Is that Bubba? Yeah. And Fran.
look at all the bathing cats.
Yeah. I think the name of this was Camp Tesoro.
El Tesoro.
El Tesoro?
Both of them.
Well, the slight interruption was us having to change the battery. Here comes the mermaid. There goes the mermaid. back at the ranch, evidently. I don't know if this is Easter again or another time. Looks like it was another time. There's Hope and Granddaddy Atchison on the porch. Hope planting her beloved iris. This is probably at the ranch house, the little red house. There's Bubba. There's Grandmother in the middle, Grandmother Atchison. Bessie look like. There's Moselle, isn't it? Cowden and Mother. Karen. Okay, here is another beauty contest, this time with David Davis. This is Texas News. This was his partner that he was in the contest with. Story on this is that his brother asked him to, the Chamber of Commerce, Junior Chamber of Commerce was sponsoring this girl, and she didn't have a talent, so Dan asked her if she would teach this gal a ballroom number and be on it so she'd have a talent. So that's the story, and so he worked with her at the house in different places, and this is another one of the contestants. This was, we think, 1952 again. Here he is with her dancing. And bear in mind that the floor that they were dancing on was terrible. It was real rough, and she had never done anything like this before, so I think David did a good job. Of course, bear in mind I was pregnant with, I think, Joan at the time. As you can tell, all these films are mixed up. There's no way that we could get the dates any closer. Now this is Mother's film. This was the winner. That's a little fast. what I started to say is that I was pregnant, I think about 7 months pregnant with Joan at the time all this was going on, and of course I loved it. Here was David out with a sweet, pretty young thing, and there she is again. I guess we all couldn't help the timing. You look back and laugh on these things, even though at the time you thought it was really a bummer. This girl had real good talent. I think she was probably second runner-up. This is the winner. And she did a little skit on a bus. David's partner was probably too short to win a beauty contest. She's a third from the right. There she is again. There's no way for you to notice, but the master ceremonies in this is the same one that was master ceremonies at Joyce's. This, I think, is Joan. As a baby. I think she was laying in a bassinet on Grandmother Atchison's kitchen table for that picture. Winter afternoon sun coming in the back window. There's Joyce fixing up the furniture. In Grandmother's backyard. Joyce just found out we were taking pictures. This must be Jan. Come to inspect the project. Here is Donna.
I remember those dresses.
Well, those are the ones that Aunt Helen made, Donna and Debbie. What is this, the 5th birthday? I believe.
1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah.
5, 4.
And Karen's too.
There's Karen.
Yeah, there's Karen. And Mother has made a note on the labeling to watch Karen cut her eyes and pull her piece. There's Hope. Pull her piece of cake or whatever it is back away. It'll be coming up here in a minute. There's Deb. Now watch this.
No, you don't, buddy.
Yep.
That's Debbie.
Yeah.
And that's Dale Felmy on the right.
Felmy on the right. Betty Felmy's daughter, for some of you that know Betty Felmy, my friend. Dale kind of grew up with my girls. Another one of those special cakes that grandmother ordered. So this is probably over at grandmother's. I don't know how old Deb was, but she must have been 3. Since we just had Donna's 4th birthday.
No, that was Donna's 5th birthday.
Oh, Debbie must have been 4. Okay, this is, you can't see it, but this is a merry-go-round that Granddaddy rented to put in the backyard for all the kids to play on at Debbie's birthday.
It's a little slow. No.
I think those same cousins that were in prior films are there. A few of our neighbors from Bristol Road. They really thought that merry-go-round hit the spot. I think that's Carmen. That's the Davis girl's grandmother. There's Fluffy. Dale Felmy again. Donna, Dale.
Leslie Mallon, the purple.
And Betty Dunnigan is the lady on the right, I think.
Or no, that wouldn't be Leslie Mallon. Sure did look like her, didn't it?
No, that's that neighbor on Bristol Road behind that had the mother that was a model down at
And
Cosmos.
who's the boy in the suit?
It may be those cousins of mother's. She always tried to invite him every time she could.
Dale.
Yeah, don't you remember her? She had ringworm, I think. That's the reason she had that on her head. There's Carmen and Grandmother Atchison at the piano.
There's Hannah right there.
Oh, your daddy will love this. And there's Joan with Mother's Maid. Another one of those cakes. Grandmother Atchison really made a big effort toward the children. And now, see, that's that cousin back there in the background. I don't know who that one is. Oh, that's a little neighbor off Bristol Road. There's Karen.
Me.
Now we shift to, looks like Christmas with Jan coming in, and Debbie and Donna. And me in the background with Joan. Tiny toddler Joan. This would be 53 again.
This is on Norma Street. Look
Yeah,
at the
on
curtains.
Norma.
The fireplace.
On the curtains that I made. I had part of them finished anyway. And there's Joyce. And Daddy right down here to the right.
Speed that up just a minute. So that's where I got my love of horses.
Sure. Joyce again. And Daddy. And Deborah.
I wonder if those were the what dolls we found in the attic that year,
I don't know.
or in the garage.
I don't know. Joan looks happy with hers, whatever.
No, we were too little. That can't be that year.
And there's David and the neighbor,
Oh God,
Irvin. We have some more of these pictures this same Christmas coming up. They're just weren't in order on the reels. And there's Daddy feeding Joan at the baby tender again. One of my favorite pictures. And there's Jan. It's David at the Christmas table for dinner. Reminds me of a story with Joan when we said amen at the end of the meal. We discovered that Joan was always saying, I mean it, because that's what she thought we were saying.
Here's Donna, Daddy, Granddaddy, Mother and Debbie and Jan in the high chair.
Those old aluminum glasses. Okay, this is the same Christmas. This tape, I think, should have been before the last one. I wish Joyce was over here to help me narrate, because I know you get tired of my voice, but the time I would call her and she'd get over here, we just knew we had to get on with it. It's a good picture of Daddy. Those old curtains that I hadn't gotten to yet in the corner. Oh, to be skinny like that again.
Donna and Debbie.
There's Jan. Okay, here's another birthday party. And this one is
Now there's
at grandmother's. This must be 54, February 54. There's Hope in the background with Daisy. No, that's grandmother back there, Grandmother Atchison. Daisy Coker, the lady that worked for Daddy for so long. And I think that's Joyce in there with her back to us. And David and Cowden. And there's Carmen again. The mother. This is later. This is Granddaddy Atchison's brothers. The one in the brown pants is Gene, his wife Jimmy next to him. They're from California, both dead now. And Raymond in the center worked with Daddy a short time. He's also dead now. These were the 3 Atchison brothers. Don and Debbie. This must have been fairly soon after Christmas. This is the Fort Worth Zoo, and as far as we can determine, with Donna, Debbie, and Jan. And Stretch. Is that Dave and Bubba? Is it?
I went a minute ago, it looks like.
I'm afraid I was taking these pictures. I thought this was very important to take these animals and the peacock.
We've all got them. with more of the zoo animals than the children.
With the peacock. Probably very proud that I caught the peacock. I don't know who that young man is. Probably Mother's cousins again. Who knows? Well, here's another trip to East Texas. And this time we're visiting Granddaddy and Grandmother's and Aunt Willie's graves. This was Granddaddy Atchison's mother and father. And they're, I think it's Greenville is where they're buried. And we drove over there to see their graves, and this is Don and Debbie. So this is Gloria and Bubba and Karen's and y'all's great-grandmother and father, right? Graves. Stop it. East Texas, all kinds. This looks like another birthday party to me. Or no, these are puppies. Maybe these are Patsy's puppies. They're on Norma. This must be another birthday party.
There's Donna. Now this is the Dale on the left. Is that Leslie Mellon over on the right there on the left?
So Donna had
right
to be
there.
in first grade.
Uh-huh.
So this would be 6.
There's Jan and on the right and Joan on the left. That's Jan. And grandmother.
There's grandmother.
Those big full dresses.
Uh-huh.
Remember the petticoats?
And the ironing. Yeah, that has to be school chums the way they're wrestling around.
Which birthday is this?
Well, she had to be 7. Oh, if she was in school. There's Fluffy. Over at grandmother's in her backyard. And I think it's probably Donna and Debbie and David playing with him with the worm.
I think that's called a snake, Mom.
You think that's
a big worm.
Big worm. Daddy did love that Fluffy. Note how Mother had the planter boxes planted. And this must have been back on Norma. Yeah, the back of the house. There's Jan. Must have been Patsy's puppies.
Donna.
Our favorite alley dog.
Debbie. How cute. How cute.
And there's Cowden.
Okay, it must be out at Ink Slate
Yeah,
now.
probably at Ink's Lake. And there's Gloria. Hope.
Not Gloria.
No, yes. It's a little slow. You'd think we'd see Charlie and Minnie Faye in some of these.
Who's that?
That's real close friends of theirs. I can't see that. Is that Bubba or
I
Calvin?
don't know.
No, it must be Bubba.
Whoop.
Calvin's in the boat.
Maybe it's Hope.
I can't see. You can't tell? I don't remember Hope doing an awful lot of skiing. That must be Granddaddy's grave.
Debbie?
I can't tell. Either you or Debbie. This looks like you. Here is Dale. No, Donna.
Dale.
And no, this is Dale. That's right. Daddy found his daughter. And this was
Stars over
Meadowbrook. Junior high, wasn't it?
We think 1955.
1955 approximately.
No.
Here's behind it. Here's Donna and her partner getting dressed. Here's grandmother.
That's Mother.
Is that me? Here's Donna and Leslie Mallon doing their number. I think they must have been, this must be behind the stage when they were rehearsing maybe, rather than the actual program.
No, that's in front of the stage.
I don't know how I got up that close to the stage. How we worked on that in the living room, afternoon after afternoon. Okay, there's Grover at Carswell with Joyce, and this must be Cleve. He was born at Carswell. That makes sense. There we go.
Hi, Cleve.
And there's where they live. This was on right off of Bristol Road, off of University Drive. Here they come from the hospital, so I must be taking the pictures. There's my car. Here come the proud parents. Walking very carefully. And there's Cleve with the baby tender, another baby tender. I don't know who the other baby is. Joyce. Boy, that Cleve was a roly-poly.
He's going to say, God, Mom, why'd you put me in a dress?
Yeah. I don't know who those people are. Oh, with mothers. First birthday. Boy, that was quick.
That was cute.
Yeah. That's where he learned to love cars. This is Christmas. Joyce's. Oh, that's Mom in the background, I think. And Papa. Mama and Papa with Cleve. This is Grandmother and Granddaddy Bartlett with Cleve. Here's some more of the Davises. There's Joyce and Hope. And this had to be at Mother's again at Christmas. Oh. As you can tell, we're not professionals at this.
Got Jan, me on the left, and Donna, and this must be another birthday for Donna.
You think so?
Looks like a birthday cake.
Time does go by.
Is that Bubba?
That's
This,
Harmon.
Hannah.
Daisy in the background.
There's you and Hope. Grandmother, icing the cake. Look at that
Well,
blue
I guess they bakery quit, so Mother had to go to work.
It's me. And Leslie.
This is out at the ranch with Gloria and probably Bubba. Is that
It doesn't look like Bubba.
No, it doesn't. If you can see all
Is that
these
Karen?
are mixed up, look, But it would have been impossible. We were afraid in order to speak these up and edit them and get them correct and perfect, we were afraid to mess with the tapes that much, so
We're afraid the film would break,
afraid the film would break, and
as it did several times.
and so we just no, I thought that was Gloria.
Oh, look at that.
Y'all just have to take them and edit them and maybe make you another tape with the portions that you won't see. There's Calvin and Hope. No, that's Gloria. Calvin's pride and joy. I think.
What is that?
I don't know. There's some more
They speed it up.
Davis. Mom.
Yeah, that's me and Donna and Joan.
Oh, that's over at Mother's. There's a red
There's
table.
Joan. Donna.
Maybe that's out at the red house.
Oh, look at Debbie.
No,
How
that's
cute.
on Norma.
Yeah, that is. Debbie, Donna on the left, Jan on the right. There's Joan. Look at that. How cute. Yeah. Hello.
Look at this. This is a screen. Look at this. There's Jan.
Donna.
Is that Donna?
Uh-huh. That's me.
Whoa, I wonder what the
That's Donna.
apron is for.
Aren't these great?
Yeah.
Looks like Daddy there. There's me.
There you are.
And Joan. Oh, that's
That's
cute. Doesn't that look like
darling Joan.
Megan?
Yeah.
There was some more. It was still running. I don't know what it is. I wonder if it's Christmas lights or something.
Maybe so. No telling. This is Joyce's skating. Okay. Did I hear you come in?
I think this is about 1957 Joyce is skating Melody on ice, and this is a TV news film. And Joyce comes up in a little bit later. These are kind of neat to watch. To know how far they've come, you know, when you see them. Oh yeah, and how far the skaters have come, and how much more they do, yeah. Joyce right here, isn't it? With the muff?
Yes. in the boat. started here. We started yet?
Yes.
This is Lake Buchanan, of course. I can't tell me the steer. There's Hope and Cowden and Mother's Date, I think. Boy, look at that. That Hope. Look at the blue bonnets behind her.
Oh, doesn't grandmother look spiffy now?
Wonder if I bet they went to church. Look at the blue bonnet. Oh, that's not bad. What's that? Oh, let's reverse it and go back to, that's some, this is bad film, but here's a pretty good one of Hope.
It looks like Donna.
Cowden. Home sweet home.
Is that from the lake house?
Yeah. Now that might have been down to the dam.
Okay.
This is Catalina, where Mother went out on a trip by herself after Daddy died. There she's coming down the gangplank. She visited Mildred and Irene, her sisters out there. There's Irene coming off the boat. There's Mildred coming off the boat. Oh, I'm glad we got those pictures. This is just one of the side trips that she took.
We need to send copies of this to Irene and...
Well, I asked Mildred if she had a VCR and she didn't. I mean, I meant in the nursing home. Here's coming up a little shot of Jimmy and Irene up on the boat. Jimmy is Irene's husband, Mother's brother-in-law. That may be Jimmy. That's Bart.
Is that, oh, it sure is.
Yeah, that's Bart. Bart is Jimmy and Irene's son. That is my cousin. Jimmy fishing, and Bart fishing. This is still on the boat, I guess, Catalina. California. Jimmy's in the green, and there's Irene in the pink. Here's grandmother. This is at Irene and Jimmy's house in California. Grandmother playing tennis.
Great-grandmother Bartlett.
Grandmother Bartlett. Or badminton.
Badminton.
And there's Irene. There's Granddaddy Bartlett. They went out and lived with them for a year or so. And there's Mildred. That's good. There's Mother, Leon Atchison. Jimmy. I don't know whether that's Bart or not. Looks like there's Bart. Yeah. There's Bart. There's Hope and Bessie and Calvin and Dwayne Jr., I bet, and Gloria. Wish we had a close-up of that.
Oh, and that
And
one.
Mother, that's wonderful. I bet that's when they were going to Cuba. There's Dwayne Jr. and Gloria. What a family. And Mother. Mother's first great grandchild, I guess. For the Hope figure.
Now where is this? Is this at Gloria?
I'm thinking that's Gloria and Dwayne's house. There's Karen. And Bubba.
Bubba. Oh, what a neat picture.
These must be Gloria's films. Did she bring us some? Looks like it's cold.
Miss Grandmother's down in Clayton.
Well, maybe so. Well, that's right. Mother was in it once. Maybe they lived in an apartment. Oh. Oh, that's Sam and Connie. And there's Sam and his two children. That was at her funeral, Betty Lou's funeral. This is my cousin. This is Mother's niece's funeral in Minnesota, and we drove up there for the funeral. And these were scenes probably I took on the way. Iowa, and I was so impressed with the farmland and the farmhouses and the man that was on this tape prior to this was Sam Intravia, I-N-T-R-A-V-I-A, and the two children were Clayton. This is a film of when Clayton took Grover flying in the F-8, and we put it on this tape because we felt like Grover, it would mean more to him than anybody else. And we don't know whether somebody else was taking pictures of Grover and Clayton, or whether Clayton was taking pictures out the window, you know, with Grover and Clayton. But anyway, we felt like Grover would enjoy seeing it. Is there a date on that? Grover probably more date.
Mark gave them to him.
Yes, but isn't it true that before Mark could be induced to part with these recordings, the defendant choked him?
Oh, he didn't mean it. He was excited.
And do you think he was calm when he later found out that your brother had tricked him and duplicated one of these tapes? Your Honor.
Mr. Berger, you know the impropriety of that question?
I'm terribly sorry, Your Honor.
Arthritis,